Welcome. Okay, my name is John Lynn. I am the managing director of the Element 46 Tech Accelerator Program, and I am the co-founder of Sella Innovation. Thank you so much. I am going to set the stage a little bit here, tell you about this program, tell you about the startups that are here tonight, and what your role is going to be, because you're all a super important part of this. But before I do that, I want to invite up our county team. First, Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins, and then Deborah Novick, to tell us a little bit more about what's going on from the county perspective.
All right. So first, good evening, everyone. First, I do bring you greetings on behalf of the County Executive, George Latimer. It is a privilege to be with you once again. This is going to be an exciting opportunity for the 10 groups that have been working so hard to get to this place. I would wish you had caps and gowns that you could throw up. Right? But I think that after you do your pitches tonight and refine everything that you need to, the real graduation is when you make those pitches in front of the venture capitalist groups. So one, congratulations for getting to this particular point. We want to make sure to give a shout out and another big round of applause for our friends at Sella, John Lynn, and the entire team that helped navigate that. And all of you that are here to support everyone from the 10 accelerator teams. All of you in the audience are going to be a big part of everything that's going on. This particular program is a brainchild of Deb Novick. And come on, give it up for Deb. And certainly Bridget Gibbons, our Director of Economic Development. We understand in Westchester how important all of the businesses that we have are here. And whether we talk about our small businesses, the almost 459,000 different businesses that are here located in Westchester County, the billions of dollars of business that happens, whether they're big companies like the Regenerons of the world or little companies like my own. All right, come on, that was good, right? That wasn't really true, but I mean, but again, it is an exciting opportunity. What I'm going to do, though, is so John doesn't have to come back here. I am actually going to bring up the person that did so much work to get this to where it is today, our good friend, the Deputy Director of Economic Development for Westchester County, our good friend, Deb Novick. And look, the slide for Deborah.
Thank you so much, Ken. So I have the best job in the world, and this is one of my favorite nights. I get to do this twice a year for Element 46, once a year for our Life Sciences Accelerator. How much energy was out there? Familiar faces, unfamiliar faces. If I don't know you, thank you for being here. I can't wait to meet you. If I do know you, thank you for being here. It's great to see you again. I know I won't get a chance to talk to everybody. But this really is such a fun night. It's wonderful to see how far this program has come and how many people are coming out to support our startups. This is a fantastic cohort. I can't wait for them to tell you their stories. I have some notes there about how big the tech sector has gotten in Westchester and how many startups there are and how much money they've raised and how many deals have happened this year and last year. But really, I think what you want to hear is from them because they've been working so hard to share their stories with you. And I think we all really want to know about the businesses that are growing here and how we can support them. So I'm not going to take up too much time. Thank you to Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins for your time, for being here. And thank you again to the Sella team, the whole Sella team. We couldn't do it without you. You've been amazing. And pay close attention to what John's going to tell you because you have a job to do tonight. Thanks.
Okay, I'm back. So My name is John Lynn. I'm the co-founder. I am managing director for this program. We're going to talk about the startups. We're going to talk about the partnership here and what we want to accomplish as an ecosystem. But first, let's make sure we're all on the same playing field as what an accelerator is. So who here has been through an accelerator? Some of you are alumni, I see you. Who here has been through an incubator? A baby incubator? Oh, no, geez. A startup incubator, venture studio, open innovation lab. There are so many labels and categories for how entrepreneurship, technology, innovation are happening today. So I want to define what we mean in this room as an ecosystem in Westchester when we say Startup Accelerator. It's got three components. One is the curriculum. Curriculum at a Startup Accelerator is special. It's not delivered by subject matter experts. It's delivered by field operators, people that are out there being great growth hackers, great salespeople for founders, people that are at the cutting edge of new technologies like AI, people that are investing in startups. All of these different profiles are bringing in tactics, techniques, technologies that are being used in the field right now to produce progress for startup companies. And that's who delivers the curriculum at an accelerator. It's what makes this curriculum so powerful. The second important element is the cohort. So the cohort of a Startup Accelerator is special. Our cohorts are selected in a thorough, rigorous screening process. For every startup that you see here that's about to take the stage tonight, there were a handful of other startups that wanted to be there, all from Westchester. So these are not just world-class startups, they are also the best handpicked from this ecosystem. But aside from being impressive, having a cohort's important because it's one of the ways that you get to the long-term outcomes for startups that go through accelerators. Like the fact that you're going to be 80% more likely to be in business in 5 years. Like if you're a diverse founder, that you're going to be 10% more likely to raise a Series A. Only happens if you've got a cohort that's going to go on beyond the life of the program and support each other. The cohort's crucial. And then the last element is the community. The community has several parts. We've got our mentor network, right? So here at Sella, we bring forward a more than 700-person mentor network, each individual of which we have specifically onboarded and agreed with. They are going to help our companies in specific ways by sharing their skills as well as their relationships, because that access is really what makes the difference for founders in an accelerator. But there's also others. There's government partners. There are corporate leaders. There's press. There's university educators, local influencers. Right? It's all a part of the community that needs to come forward that makes a program like this, but also a night like this, really valuable and powerful. So how are we doing? Is that a clear definition of what an accelerator is? Are we more confused or less confused? Ooh, laughs, not good. Okay, so a little bit of context about what we're doing, where this accelerator came from. So as Deputy Executive Ken Jenkins said, this is in large thanks to Deborah. She innovated this program prior to the pandemic, went out in the county, grassroots, and found entrepreneurs that were willing to invest their time in a program and deepen their association with the county in partnering to grow their business. It worked. And when we got through the pandemic, it became clear, and at Sella we're seeing this become clear all over the world, that entrepreneurship is important in a new way. That we understand how important it is for constituents to be equipped to provide their own value, to build their own ventures, create their own solutions, because we don't know what the future holds in a new way. And so we were able to partner with Westchester County back in June 8th, 2022. That is now our more than 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, launched from a press conference run by the county team. And it was immediately picked up by the tech media. So we were featured on the NASDAQ the next week. We were approached by Business Insider to tell the world what this was all about. Because this is not just something special that Westchester's doing. This is something special that's happening in the accelerator world. But the question remained, We know the startups are there. There are more than 100 venture-backed startups that are headquartered in Westchester. Did you know that? We know that there's plenty of entrepreneurial talent that is here in this well-educated, wealthy population, also diverse. But we need something that's going to bring them forward. And would this program do it? It has. We are now welcoming our 33 to 44 of the startups that have come into our portfolio through this program. In addition to the startups that Deborah's worked with, that equates to over 60 startups that the Element 46 program has supported over the past 5 years. That's where we applause.
Woo! Woo!
And we are super proud to present you with 10 startups that have been selected for this program, but also made it through, that are going to present you with what their companies are today, but also how you can help them move forward. Before we get to the startups, one final thanks to the Rexon team. This space is perfect for bringing this community together, and it's not something that is open to everybody. So we really value our partners, Maureen, Mike, Larry, John, for opening the doors here and allowing this space to be such a special home for this event in the program. So thanks to the Rexon team. We're almost there. One last thing, request from me. As these founders come out, it's going to be fun. You're going to hear about some cool technology, some awesome progress. But what I really ask you to do is to listen for how you can bring some value to the table for them tonight. That can take several different forms. That could be, saying, hey, I'm a great marketer. Sounds like you need some better social media. I took a look at your website. Can I get involved? Hey, looks like you're in government tech. I work at a local law enforcement department. Can I get involved? Can I be a pilot? Hey, you're fundraising. I've got a couple wealthy friends that might be interested. Can I introduce you? That wasn't a joke. But you're getting the idea, right? Request heard? Deal? All right. Well, then we're going to start off with Petra Pasquina, the CEO, founder of Groupal.
All right. Thank you, John. Thanks so much. Thrilled to be here, thrilled to kick us off tonight. I am Petra Pasquina, and I am the founder of Groupal. The Groupal app makes it super easy to plan recurring events and activities for your group or club. So let me ask you all, how many of you belong to a book club, a hiking club, a volunteer organization, or maybe even an angel investor group? Let me see those hands. Yeah, right? I snuck that in there, I know. All right, now, how many of you are the organizer of that group or club? Who's doing that organizing? Who's doing the hard job of getting everybody together? Fantastic. Yeah, it should be about 25% of you that are raising your hands there. And guess what? Here's a little secret for those of you who aren't organizing. Organizing a group is hard. It's not an easy thing to get everybody together. You're probably dealing with multiple tools, people that don't respond to your emails, or people who clutter your text messages with all kinds of other requests and asks. You may have a spreadsheet or 3. It's hard. But guess what? You're not alone. There's 36 million of you out there who are also doing that hard task of bringing us together. It's so challenging, in fact, that it's actually created a TikTok trend called the Planner Friend. And if you're on TikTok, go look that up. That's Corporate Natalie for those of you who like Corporate Natalie. So what's the solution? Groupal. Groupal makes it fun to organize again. Guess what? It's super easy. You can get everybody in your group, set those reminders, send out the invites, and control what's shared with your group. It's also your centralized hub. So no more looking at all those other planning tools. It's all in one place, and it's also interactive. So you can make sure that everybody in your group has a voice, and there's also some nice little AI tools to help you be the slickest organizer out there. So we talked a little bit about the competition right on up here. It's really all those other tools that are non-planning specific. So we saw a really nice white space in the market for Groupal to help those groups get together with the tools that they need specifically for the jobs that they have to get done. Big market. 145 million people in groups, and we talked about the 36 million organizers out there. And if we can get just a small percentage of those, we're talking about a $180 million revenue opportunity of potential grouplers. Two-tier subscription model. So we're looking at a tier for smaller groups, a tier for larger groups, as well as revenue from potential partnerships. Right now we're here in our beta. So we're getting our first 100 users right now. We're almost there. We're going to be launching additional features and functions coming in August, and then we're looking to have paid customers in 2025. That'll be our revenue. So I'm Petra Pasquina. You've met me now, and I hope that you'll come and chat with me later. I have spent many years at Meta, Facebook, where I understood the social connections and the importance of groups, and I really want to carry that forward into the new age of what everyone is doing right now in terms of organizing. I'm joined by Vicky Vitarelli, another amazing social organizer, and my fantastic tech team. They were also part of Techstars in Boston and a Yale graduate. So where we need your help. As John mentioned, obviously introductions are critical. We're looking to support development to add all those additional features, grow our team, and build awareness and usage of the app. We're looking to raise $750,000 of funding, so we do need those rich friends. And we're looking for advisors. So I love advice. I would love to get your help in fundraising, tell me things I don't know, and I would also like some help with customer acquisition. I know how to do social media, but it's a big world out there. So connect with me afterwards. I would love to meet every one of you. Please come say hi. I'm super friendly, and I love to organize things. So I'm happy to help plan that next party. Thanks so much.
Please welcome Robert Coverdale, CEO, Kansu.
Thanks for coming out. It's great to see everyone. My name is Rob Coverdale. I'm the founder of Kansu. We connect locals to travelers to create better travel stories. Time is short, especially when we're traveling. And even though it's gotten easier to get on a plane, it's still really hard to find the best things to do. And that's because information is scattered across a variety of websites that can take the average person up to 300 hours to discover, which is frustrating when we think about the other decisions that we make. Destination planning is pretty easy, straightforward. And getting to the destination is also solved by these booking engines. And while we know the things that we want to do, discovering them is a complete and utter mess. Kansu connects locals to overnight visitors so they can save time planning things to do and create better travel stories. I'll show you how it works. Zhao was a recent customer who was visiting New York from Brazil. He was traveling with his girlfriend, and he planned to propose, so the trip had a lot of stakes. He found our site, entered in his dates, told us the things that he was interested in, and the system automatically created a draft plan that he can edit. But without knowing which restaurants serve the most romantic and follow his girlfriend's dietary restrictions, it was difficult to know if he was getting it right. And so he reached out and he asked for a collaboration session. He purchased a collaboration session. Once we understood the purpose of the trip, we put together a set of recommendations that showed him exactly when and where he needs to be at each activity, and then packaged it all up into a simple QR code. So the only thing he had to worry about was the ring. Now, after every trip, we follow up with our customers to find out how things went, and we're happy to report that she said yes. Everybody loves love. And so have many others. We've had our MVP in the market for a little over a year, fine-tuning the solution to the point that we're consistently hearing positive statements in the customer verbatim. And then we analyze the market to understand why. And the answer is pretty straightforward. No one knows local like locals. Think about the recommendations you give your friends and family. It's full of rich context that you don't get through online marketplaces or guides. Now, we reached profitability 3 months after launching our MVP, and that gave us the runway that we needed to test different parts of our solution. To date, we've had 1,000 paying customers engage, which may seem like a lot to test with, but given the size of the opportunity, we wanted to be sure we were getting this right. Our onboarding is simple. We offer a free option, a per-trip option, and we're building a subscriber model for frequent travelers. We're currently raising capital to fuel our growth, build product, and expand our footprint. We're a team of 3, plus an advisor who's the CIO at Travel Nurses Across America. My ask tonight is to, if you know any investors who are interested in this space, please introduce us, share our name, and if this sounds like you, let's talk later. Thank you for the time.
Please welcome Allison Gregory, CEO, Area Hub.
Hello, everyone. Great to see you all. And as you heard, my name is Allison Gregory. I'm CEO of Area Hub, an environmental risk management platform. Here we go. At Area Hub, we hear from many businesses that are being impacted by their areas. It may be a tornado that destroys a building. It could be a location in Texas that no longer can be insured. Or it could be, as we frequently hear, costly roof and window damage from severe storms. In the US alone, in 2023, there were 28 different climate or extreme weather events that cost each more than $1 billion. That is 55% higher than that number for 2022. So businesses and individuals are being impacted by their environments much more than before. They're also facing higher insurance costs and sometimes with more limited coverage or reimbursement. And many businesses discuss how much pressure they're facing to have more robust climate risk disclosure. So now, more than ever, we need to understand our areas. And I'd like to share with you a personal contextual story, which is my background. I grew up on a farm along a river in Maryland. I have loved nature ever since. But the specific catalyst for the idea of Area Hub came about while I was living up here in New York. I heard about a contamination leak, and it made me think about my family and think about whether I knew the facts about the area where I was. So I made a broad list of questions. And after long days at work, I would settle in front of my computer and spend hours searching for those answers. And what I found was that the information I was seeking was very challenging to find. It was really time-consuming, and it was hard to research, and the information was dispersed over so many locations. And sometimes when I got to the answers, it wasn't easily navigable. That's why we built Area Hub, to create a one-stop platform where businesses and individuals could understand their areas easily, clearly, and efficiently. Here we are. Area Hub helps clients assess new potential locations and monitor and manage their existing portfolio of U.S. locations. So we do that with clear and locally relevant information across more than 30 topics so that people can understand the things that can impact finances, operations, and people. And here are a few screenshots to give you a sense for some of the things that we offer as part of our platform. An executive summary of your key issues and which properties are driving most of your risks. Your portfolio of locations across these 30-plus topics. Interactive maps where you choose what you want to combine so you can start to think about how things may intersect in extreme events like that wildfire, tornado, or hurricane coming towards you and where the nearest chemical plant is nearby. And also the ability to go deep into any of these topics to understand the specifics and what are the implications and what you can do about it. Area Hub helps clients assess new locations, as I said, and monitor and manage existing locations by assessing, understanding, and monitoring. With regard to the monitoring, not only do we maintain a dashboard for you, Now, we maintain a dashboard for you, but we also give you notifications. Zipping ahead, we are B2B focused. We are very different than our competitors, as we hear frequently. And I have prior IPO experience from a prior data services startup. So therefore, I am super excited now to take the experiences that I and this wonderful team with which we're working are taking to try to bring this issue to the fore, to help many different businesses and individuals around the country. I would love to speak with you afterwards so that we can discuss potential client opportunities, investor interest, or if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Nico Shkreli, CEO of Chivy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nico. I'm the founder and CEO of Chivy, where we help real people make real connections. Did you know that 89% of people are unsatisfied or disappointed with what's currently available on the dating apps? How about it's estimated that 10% of all dating app profiles are bots? Did you know that over 50% of people on dating apps report receiving unwanted sexual messages, images, or feel like they're being scammed? The problem is that dating apps are failing us. Whether you're dealing with bots, being scammed, being catfished, you're left with feeling disappointed or frustrated. Let me give you two examples that many of you may be familiar with. The Ashley Madison documentary revealed that there were over 70,000 confirmed bots matching and messaging with their users. I'm going to repeat that one more time. There's over 70,000 bots matching and messaging with their users. If you're not dealing with bots, you may be getting catfished or scammed. Take, for example, the Tinder swindler case where women were scammed out of millions of dollars. So what's the solution? Enter Chivy, a trusted platform where we vet all of our users to make sure there are no bots or catfishing. We also offer a save date feature to make sure our users meet their matches safely. A select value-aligned pool of single professionals so our users don't waste time with incompatible matches. And we also offer in-person events so our users can make genuine connections in real life. As you can see, our solutions are what sets us apart from the competition. Chivy leverages a proven freemium model with in-app purchases so that we can attract and acquire both free and premium users effectively. The market size is enormous. Over 30% of people have been on a dating app already. 47% of the American adult population is currently single, and that's 117 million people. And 51% of that single population are currently looking for a committed relationship, and that's where Chivy shines. Milestones to date. We've raised $475,000. We've hosted 3 curated in-person events with our users, and we launched our app with a premium price tag of $149 per month. And we learned very quickly because we were able to grow our user base with it to 150 users within 6 weeks. That proved that users are willing to pay a premium for our product. It validated our value proposition. And on top of that, it taught us key insights and valuable feedback from which we learned to make the best version of Chivy to date. And since then, we've transitioned to a freemium model, and I'm happy to say that since we've done that, we have grown our user base to a total of 466 users in 3 weeks. I couldn't do it without my team of 6. They're a powerhouse, and we have some award winners and also previous startup co-founders who have exited successfully. Our ask today is that we are seeking strategic investors, product placement partners, and marketing allies. If any of you are interested in investing and supporting our movement, I appreciate it, and I would look forward to talking to you after. Thank you.
Please welcome Aaron Golombiewski, CEO, Project Vera.
Hello, folks. I am the co-founder of Project Vara, and I'm really glad you're all here tonight. At Vara, we combine our proprietary live stream with unique tech tools to allow people to meet their customers face-to-face. First up, telepolicing. But why would our police partners work with Project Vara? Why not another streaming company? One, we work with no download, no app, no sign-in. You're instantly connected with Project Vara. Two, we work on extremely limited bandwidth, which is important if you want these calls to work at 80 miles an hour, or in the dark, or in places like upstate New York. Even further, even further. This is what a 911 call center handles on a daily basis. In blue, those are emergency calls. They get a fast response. In green, these tend to be deemed non-emergency calls, and they're going to get a later response. These are traffic calls, 17%. Our police partners told us 8, 9, 10 hours to get to these folks on the side of the road, and that's too long. Domestic violence up here. We're going to look at a community in a moment in the UK that actually handled these by stream, and they saw these calls move from non-emergency to great response. Incredible, incredible results. Triaging calls is a real challenge if you don't have enough officers. 86% of our police departments are understaffed. On top of that, in the state of Arizona, if you want to call for a state trooper in the middle of the night, nobody's coming in 13 out of 15 counties because they don't have enough people. Police where you need them most, Vara everywhere else. This is that county I was talking about, County Kent in the UK. It's about the same size as Westchester. It's right outside of London. They moved non-emergency calls to the phone. Here on the left, non-emergency calls, not DV. Here, domestic violence, 33 hours response time went down to just 3 minutes. And a lot happens in 33 hours with a domestic violence call. People disappear, evidence changes. All of these moved up tremendously. Again, police where you need them, Vara everywhere else. Our police partners asked us to build all of these tools and wrap them around our stream, and we've done that. Third-party invites to bring in somebody who has more experience to the call, they can help. Wraparound control to allow the officer to take control of your phone so you can find a picture that you couldn't find. Quick example, that's my crazy kid on the right. Some of you know him. His name is William. I lost him in a New York City park for just a couple minutes a few weeks ago. It was terrifying. Now, I did find him. But if I'd had Vara, I would have called 911 and they would have sent me a link. I click it, I'm instantly connected to an officer who finds my location. I can share a document, that picture of William, and if I couldn't find that document, again, the officer could find it for me because I'm a panicking parent. That picture, by the way, could then go out to all of the officers in the area to show what that kid looks like who's gone missing. The market opportunity is enormous. 18,000 US police departments, 86% of them are short on officers. Like I said, 86%. We're looking at almost $2 million per month with just 1% of those American police departments. These other areas could use us too. What we're looking for tonight, a $500,000 investment so we can run our pilots, we can defend our patents, and we can hire more programmers. We're also looking for additional pilot partners over the next 2 years. Come talk to me after this, and I'll show you how to use Project Vara.
Please welcome Homayun Begi, CEO, Rekognition Tech.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I'm Homayun Begi, and together with my co-founder, Pargal Javeri Saatchi, we're here from Rekognition Technologies, which was actually created in 2003 to talk about a line of products called Reko Made Easy, which is a single AI engine capable of doing speaker recognition, speech recognition, face recognition, object detection, emotion recognition, language ID, structural health monitoring, translation, access control, and a lot more, which we've developed over 21 years. The problem we set out to solve was that AI data is shared with the cloud, and you have no idea where your data goes. Your audio, your video, your biometrics, your text end up on some servers, which you have no idea on where is my data, what happens to it. And that means that there's security breaches waiting to happen, privacy breaches, lack of scalability, and lack of availability. The way we solve this problem is that we ported all the AI components on the device over the many years in optimizing them to work on mobile devices. That gives us greater security using our patented local biometrics model and device trustability. Privacy through the fact that we don't collect any data and we don't transmit any data. And scalability and availability because everything's running on the device, so you don't really need the cloud that much. Our customers in the past 21 years have been in all of these sectors, hundreds of customers, a lot of them Fortune 500. Here's just a handful of some of them and some of our partners who've used our system. They love us because some of them have stayed with us for over 12 years. We are a single vendor, one-stop shop, single API they have to deal with, and single company that they have to deal with for all their AI needs in one engine. We do a lot of customization, so we have infinite possible applications that can be used using our engines. We do regular one-on-one meetings with our customers, listening to their wish lists to solve their problem. And we are at the forefront of research. We have over 40 plus active research projects every year. And we are very quick to integrate with. It usually takes about 2 hours or 3 hours to integrate with our API. Our intellectual property is over 5 million lines of C++ code. Many patents, 2 of which have been cited 215 and 96 times by other companies. 110 plus publications. Our book, which is over 1,000 pages, was voted as one of the top 100 best computer science books of all time. And we've won the Frost and Sullivan Award. As an example of what we can do is because inherently our engine understands voice, face, emotion, pin, we can take all of that information and put it together and make one decision for you in a fused manner. We detect deepfakes and replay attacks. We're robust to noise, and it works for children as well. Replay attacks are when you play back a video, for example, to be able to authenticate yourself. And we do liveness testing to make sure that that doesn't happen. We do scene analysis, so we know all the objects that are in a scene. We use that information together in one shot with all our multimedia information that is available to us to make decisions. We do diarization, full diarization. That means we know who's speaking at any time or what they're saying, what their gender is, and we do time alignment both for video and for audio. We handle code switching, which means in one breath you can speak in Mandarin and English, and we can still recognize it. We handle over 100 languages, and everything's been developed in-house, so we have full control, and we finance fully in-house. What we're looking for is to be ubiquitous, just like a keyboard is to a computer. We should be in every device now. We would love integrators, partners who would use our engine to be able to enable their software to all of these things that I talked about. Here's our team of co-founders, and here's our contact information. I would love to speak with you afterwards.
Okay, quick chat. I'm back. How are we doing? We're having ideas. We're thinking about connections, things we can share with these companies. We're holding up our end of the deal, right? We got a fresh product launch. We have paying customers. We've got a past IPO. We have 400% growth in the last 3 weeks. We've got some great pilots with law enforcement agencies, and we have one of the leading thinkers in AI for quite a while now. It's pretty good, right? Okay, we've got 4 more. Let's finish strong.
Good evening, Westchester. My name is Adrienne Michelle, and I am the founder of Safe Stops Global. We're helping drivers reimagine their traffic stops, how traffic stops are conducted from behind the wheel. I'm going to start with a short story. In December 2020, a friend and I found ourselves driving directly into the path of a traffic stop. I know, don't you hate that? The officer standing in the middle of the road asked me to pull over to the side, and as we pulled over and stopped safely, he was standing in the middle of the road, and he asked us to pull over. Once we were off to the side safely, he approached the vehicle and asked for my driver credentials. He then began to tell me that the reason for the stop is due to a string of auto thefts in the area. I drive a 2002 Honda Accord. I probably couldn't pay somebody to steal Betsy, but that's not the point. I began to turn around and to reach for my purse and my wallet, and I couldn't help but notice his partner was standing at the passenger side, flashing a flashlight in on us. This made us feel very uncomfortable, it was invasive, and we felt scared. But traffic stops are not only scary for civilians, they're also scary for police officers as well. Just a few weeks ago, a state trooper was struck and killed conducting a traffic stop by a passing pickup truck. So with all these stories and approximately 50,000 traffic stops happening per day, we came up with the solution. The Safe Stops mobile app. How does it work? Well, you can store all the documents you would find necessary for a traffic stop experience right in a safe folder. When the officer calls and asks for your documents, he can scan the QR code and retrieve your information within seconds. Where we are now. Currently, we launched in January 2024, and we have 40 downloads. And we're also in the talks with Tuckahoe Police Department with adapting our first pilot program in the county. Our goal is to get 2,500 users over the next 6 months and 5,000 in 18. We'll need your help. The way our user acquisition strategy is through App Store optimization, social media, and strategic partnerships. Me, as the founder, I have a background in sociology, education, finance, and sales. And along with my Azort Tech team, my tech engineer, and John Jay College Collaboration, and their research team, we're working hard and diligently to reimagine traffic stops from behind the wheel. There's 233 licensed drivers across the US. So the potential is there. If we can just capture 1% of the drivers, we will be able to earn $2.3 million. So today I ask, introduce me to some people. Who do you know? We're looking to meet with police chiefs and law enforcement decision makers, grant writers, as well as HR professionals, and fundraising helps. So we're also looking to acquire about $250,000 to get our pilots going. Who you know could help us grow. My name is Adrienne Michelle. The time is now to digitize traffic stop experiences. You want to follow and learn more about our journey? You can scan this QR code right up here or come to our website. We are reimagining how traffic stops are conducted, and I look forward to speaking to you later.
Please welcome David Cortez, CEO Foretold.
Hey, good evening there. Thank you so much for coming to learn about our companies tonight. My name is David Cortez. I'm a husband, a father to 5 under 12. I'm owner of the Leasing Experts, and I am CEO and co-founder of Foretold. At Foretold, we are on a mission to solve the housing problem using data and AI to predict tomorrow's real estate today. Such an audacious mission requires an audacious team. My competitor turned co-founder Julian Diaz and I found a gap in the market. We realized that our mission, our experience executing $1 billion of real estate investment right here in Westchester, and our domain expertise in zoning and planning, as well as our relationships in this industry, made us the right people to solve this problem. As we started to build Foretold, we realized we needed help, so we enlisted the help of our friends Ezequiel and Santiago, who are professors of full stack development. And along the way, we met some really interesting people who found out what we were doing and have joined our board. But back to the problem. Real estate opportunities are incredibly limited. We all know it. Housing is unaffordable at the moment, and deals are hard to find. Planning and zoning are nebulous at best. It's very hard to understand what might get approved. Data is a challenge for organizations because even the smallest error in data equates into possibly risk of losing your investment. But what if there was a solution that could de-risk all of these problems? And so we set out to build Foretold as a predictive analytics platform that would deliver reliable data, visualize all the fragmentalized insights, and accelerate decision making. Foretold is now being used in a number of projects in Westchester County, but let me tell you a little bit about some of our users tonight. Does anyone recognize this place? This is the Westchester Mall, owned by Simon Property Groups. That was our first customer at Foretold. They came to us because they knew we had the data that they needed, and possibly the data that they didn't even know they needed. So they leveraged our data to help with their leasing renewals at the Westchester Mall. And I'm happy to report that 2 lease renewals have been executed by leveraging our data. Another one of our users right now is Saxum. They are building a project right across the street from the Capitol Theater in Portchester. They came to us because they needed help in securing their approvals and raising $120 million in institutional debt. I'm happy to report that they have closed on their debt package and the shovel will be in the ground by the end of the year. Thank you. PropTech is a fascinating SaaS segment. There are lots of PropTech companies that have had wonderful exits recently, and valuations are conservatively growing, but very optimistic. As we started to learn about this market, we quickly realized it was way bigger than we thought. Here's a little example. Right now, PropTech is a $31 billion total addressable market. It will grow to $86 billion in 8 years from now. But we're here tonight because we want to ask something of you. We are raising a $2 million seed round that will bring Foretold from a local to regional to beyond regional product. We are going to hire our own in-house team with this investment. We are going to grow our company by joining associations and start and forming strategic partnerships. We will then grow and take this company potentially national. I'd love to talk to you more about how we could solve the housing problem together. Thanks.
Welcome, Adam Dolgens, CEO, Level.
Hello, I'm Adam Dolgens, co-founder of Level. Our mission is to take the stress out of after-school learning. The problem we're solving is today's parents are overwhelmed. They know that after-school activities like dance, sports, and martial arts help their kids become confident and well-rounded. However, finding in-person exceptional instruction can be challenging. And even when you do, there's a cost. There's a cost in time, getting your kids to and from, and there's a cost in dollars because all these classes add up. And kids don't have it much better. They're completely overwhelmed by all the homework they get. They're exhausted, and they don't have control, and that's a big issue. So the solution is Level, a subscription video-on-demand learning platform like a masterclass for kids that gives kids, wherever they are, access to the best instruction nationwide. And because it is on demand, kids can learn what they want, when they want. And for parents, it's a very efficient and cost-effective solution. Now, if you can access amazing instruction locally, get there without too much stress and afford it, fantastic, we support that. But when kids who are naturally curious and eager to learn want to learn new skills, they inevitably go online. And there are some great learning platforms. However, most of these platforms are academic in focus. They don't really focus on after-school activities. So most kids end up on YouTube. Now, YouTube, as I'm sure you know, is the dominant content provider for kids, or perhaps you don't know because it dwarfs Netflix, mobile games, and even TikTok. But there's a major problem with YouTube, and that is parents are not happy. Kids see all sorts of content they shouldn't see. The algorithm pulls kids down one rabbit hole after another, and that's all in the service of ads, one ad after another. Parents are looking for an alternative. We are that alternative. And by we, I mean this team I'm so excited to be part of. We are uniquely qualified for the task at hand. I'm a TV professional with over 25 years as a production company founder and network exec. My wife, Jana, who's here tonight, is a high-level media executive who specializes in sales, marketing, go-to-market strategy, and social. Bill Zeman, our incredible platform architect, who's also here, has built Scott Galloway's last two companies, including Section, which is a subscription video-on-demand learning platform for executives. And Lauren Waters, who's our head of casting and curriculum, has done extensive work for Disney, Nickelodeon, and she has built a proprietary network of 80,000 families all across the country, which is the cornerstone of our go-to-market strategy. We're launching with a pilot in September, and January we're going wide, and by the end of 2 years we will have turned a profit thanks to a revenue model that is subscriptions, partnerships, and e-commerce. So that's why we're raising $750,000 to get us there. With the help of investors like Jeff and Stacy Weber, who are here tonight, so thank you. And we invite you to join us as we achieve our mission of helping kids learn and grow. Please go to levellearning.com or come see us after this event. Thank you so much.
Let's welcome Sandra Nam, CEO, Kiko.
Hello, my name is Sandra Nam. I'm a super proud mom of two. I'm a sister. I've been voted best laugh, MVP of 2 lacrosse teams with the record number of assists. I'm also a landscape architect who's designed award-winning public parks and gardens across the United States and Canada. I am best of all a first-generation Korean-American daughter of immigrant parents who helped raise me by owning a Hallmark store in the Bronx and a dry cleaners right here on Central Avenue. And this is why I'm co-founder and CEO of Kiko, which stands for Quality In, Quality Out. Kiko helps turn neighbors into informed constituents, loyal customers, and engaged audiences. When the pandemic hit, our online event and community platform took off. We generated $1 million in total revenue over the last 4 years as an official Zoom API partner. It was ecstatic. In building and selling that product, primarily for trade associations, we discovered there's a blue ocean opportunity for hyperlocal marketplaces. In addition, coming out of the pandemic, we noticed that our communities are completely disconnected and anxious. Social media algorithms are driving platforms. Neighbors are yelling at each other. Local news is disappearing. And so we pivoted from online events, and now Kiko is a trusted community hub of positive, useful information to help you love where you live. How are we doing this? By automatically integrating trusted content from trusted stakeholders and local businesses, then syndicating them across private invite-only Kiko community hubs, one for each school community. Everyone saves time marketing by reaching residents across districts. Here's our competition. I know, those are big names, right? Remember, I'm a Korean mother. But they allow for all sorts of commentary and negative reviews. This is the time, because they've also shut out local news and all the good stuff. So now is the time for Kiko to provide positive, useful local information, and so that people can recommend businesses between each other. And the best part, we're centered around the spending power of parents. Why parents? They're a renewable resource. Last year in the United States, they spent over $127 billion on school-related education and activities. That's a lot of money. We have a diversified revenue model, primarily coming from monthly subscriptions from businesses and organizations. We've launched an MVP for Westchester County just recently, and this is how we plan to grow. We're a proven bootstrap team. We've served over 200,000 users since 2020, and it's already an exciting leap year. We've launched 2 marketplaces in B2B and B2C. We are on track to grow. We're a highly networked team. My co-founder and CTO is an Iraq War veteran, Army Ranger, and West Point graduate. Our team of advisors, they're amazing. They've had huge exits to big companies like Etsy, Iron Mountain, and Pandora. And so our ask here is for 3 types of introductions, please. 1 is to corporate community sponsors who are pillars of a community. 2, impact investors whose investment will seek to double through New York State. And 3, local municipalities who'd like to partner with us to start their Kiko Community Hub. I'm Sandra at KikoChat.com. I'd love to talk to you afterwards. Go Team Kiko.
We did it! Yay! All right. So that's the spring 2024 cohort. Quick real talk. So this is the 4th program that we've done with Westchester. And now it's a real thing. We've got these 44 companies in the room that are all alumni. Welcome. We also have hundreds of mentors that are here in Westchester County, as well as the Sella Network still active here. Opportunities to get involved are getting smaller. Today's a great opportunity, if you haven't gotten involved yet, to find a way to do so. So hopefully you've come up with 1 or 2 ways that you can help one of these founders and hopefully become closer to our ecosystem. Second point, this is a great cohort. We have run 11 accelerators in the past 2 quarters for 68 companies. We've seen startups like this, in rooms like this, go all the way up. We're here to celebrate them, but we're also here because they're doing amazing things that are gonna work and are already working in a lot of ways. So believe in them. Find a way to support. Thank you so much for coming today. We know everybody has other things they could be doing. Everybody has responsibilities, and the fact that you chose being a member of this community to spend your time, we appreciate so much. So thank you. And then quick thanks to the Sella team. Valentina, just raise your hand. Jordan, Francis, and special thanks to Amanda Hahn. Amanda joined our team in February, took this program by the horns and founders. Does she run this program? She runs this program. Okay, great. There's food and drink back out. Go enjoy. Thank you again.